Namaskar, my dear friends. Today I am going to narrate a story about an old woodcutter and a mystic sadhu. All those who are aspiring to achieve self realization and liberation, they must see this video. This will open their eyes. An old man who was making his earnings for living by cutting woods from the jungle. He was very old, but there was no one to support him, so he had to go to jungle to cut woods and sell the wood into market for making some money for his living. He was just able to afford food for each day on the daily basis. So he was going to the forest daily. On the way, there was a sage who was always sitting in meditation. And this old woodcutter was having some respect for the sage. He was touching his feet while going to the jungle and also while coming back from the jungle. The mystic, the sadhu, used to laugh at this old woodcutter. The old woodcutter was not making any comment when the sadhu was laughing at him, but one day he could not control his curiosity and he said, "Daily, twice I touch your feet while going to jungle and going back to my home. And it is very strange. You are laughing at me. You are laughing at me because I am uneducated, I am very poor. So I can understand due to my illiteracy and poor condition you are laughing at me. But still I am paying respect to you twice. It is not good on your part. You are a sadhu. You should not laugh at a poor man like this." Then the mystic said, "Dear, I am not laughing due to your illiteracy or poverty, but I am laughing at your foolishness. You are doing so much hard work, cutting wood and all, on daily basis. But if you go little further into the jungle, you will find some sandalwood there. So The woodcutter thought, may or may not be his words true, but let me try, there is no harm. So the old woodcutter went ahead into the forest, and to his surprise he found the sandalwood in plenty. So he brought some sandalwood, sold them in the market, and earned a good money. He was very happy. He enjoyed for a week. So after the money was over, he again one day came to the mystic. He was going to the jungle, and on the way he came to the mystic. So the mystic again started laughing at him. So the woodcutter asked, what made you laugh at me again? Then the mystic told him that I am laughing at your foolishness. If you go still further, you will find some copper mines there. So he took the words of the mystic true and went further, and to his surprise he found copper mines there. He took some copper, sold the same in the market, and earned more money comparing to the previous day. So he spent that money lavishly for 15 days. Then after the money was spent, again he started going to the forest. On the way he met the sadhu, touched his feet. Again the sadhu started laughing at him. He told, what a fool you are. If you go still further, there are silver mines there. So the old woodcutter took his words to be true, and he went further and found the silver mines there. He was very happy. He took some silver, came back, went to the market and sold the silver. This time he received more money comparing to the previous days. So he was happy. He spent the money lavishly for 1 month. After the money was finished, again he went to the forest, and on the way as usual he met the mystic, touched his feet. Mystic again started laughing at him. He told, you are a foolish person. Why don't you go still further? There are gold mines there. So the old woodcutter took his words to be true as usual, went still further and found plenty gold mines there. He took some gold and as usual sold the gold, got more money comparing to the previous days. So he spent some few months lavishly. After the money was over, again he came to that sadhu. Sadhu again started laughing at him and told him that you are a foolish person, why don't you go still further? There are gems, there are diamonds. So the woodcutter went further and found there were gems, there were diamonds, and he took diamonds, sold in the market and received good amount. So he was happy. He was spending money like anything. So the woodcutter was thinking that this man knows everything, but he is sitting there. Why he himself is not taking these gold, silver and diamonds and selling the market and get good money? Why is spending his time just on the food brought by his followers? Why he himself is so poor? Now he is telling me to be a foolish person, but I find that he is a foolish person. He knows, and he goes on sitting under the tree doing nothing, just waiting for people to give something to him. And his disciples beg and bring food to him. And he knows all this, and he thinks that I am the foolish person. Today, I am going to tell him, you are a foolish person. What are you doing sitting here, knowing all that perfectly well? I am an ignorant man, and I do not know what is ahead, but you know. So he came back. With great courage, he showed the diamonds, and the mystic laughed. He said, that's good, but don't get stuck. He said, but what can be ahead of it? The mystic said, the sadhu said, ahead of it? I am otherwise, why am sitting here? I have something more valuable than the diamonds. So when you are finished with your diamonds, you come and sit at my feet. It is my last days, and I would like to share with you something more than diamonds. But you have to pass through these stages. Otherwise, you would not have understood that this poor fellow who depends on people's food, who is just a beggar, can have something inside him which is far more valuable than the whole diamond mine. The old woodcutter dropped the diamonds there and he said, I am finished. If that is the case, then I am not going to leave you. The old man said, you can sit also. There is enough space under the tree, and it is beautiful and very shadowy. And my people bring food enough, so it will be enough for both. The woodcutter said he was an ignorant man, not a thinker, not a philosopher, not religious. He has never thought much. He has never dreamed. If he was brought to a psychoanalyst. The psychoanalyst will refuse him because he will not be cooperating. If he will ask him, tell me about your dreams, he will say, I don't have any dreams. Then the psychoanalyst cannot do anything. Without dreams, he cannot help anybody. He sat by the side of the saint, and as the night grew deeper, the silence and everything became quiet and calm. He also became quiet and calm, and suddenly he started feeling the vibration of the mysterious man. He could not see anything, but his heart was dancing. He could not say anything, but his whole being was, by the first time, in a state of joy. He has never known anything except misery, poverty, and suffering. Early in the morning, before he could even say thanks to the saint died, but he had left behind him another saint. When the followers of the old saint came, they could not believe. The old man is dead, but a new fellow is sitting by his side with the same vibrations. Those followers have tasted the joy and the peace of the old man. That's why they used to come from a faraway town to bring his food. Just to be with him for a few minutes was enough. It kept them running 24 hours, celebrating life. They could not believe that the old man has played such a game with them. He is gone, but he has left a representative. They offered his food to the woodcutter, and woodcutter became the saint. Nothing was said. Nobody declared that he was the successor. But he proved to be a far greater saint because he was an ignorant man. And suddenly silence turned all his ignorance into innocence. Why he could become a saint? Because he was an illiterate person. He was not having much education. He was not having much knowledge to think over. So he was not worried about thoughts and all. So naturally he could reach the state of silence very easily and in a very short time. So the moral of the story is, my dear friends, the inner silence, the inner richness of everybody in the form of Atma is more precious than the riches, more precious than the gold, silver, diamonds and all. So we must ignore the materialistic richness and put efforts to reach the innermost treasure, that is the Atma. This treasure is most precious, and we must understand the value of Atma and reach the state of self-realization and finally achieve liberation. So dear friends, thank you for watching and listening this video. Please share, comment and like the video and subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot. Namaskar, namaskar my dear friends. Namaste.